Hi everyone, this is Kayla Carver from cleverpacks.co.uk, and that's our second video on celebrating the Chinese New Year. As I did before the previous project, I absolutely love the idea of red and gold and lushes of black. Let's make them. We're gonna make the tassel. I've already cut all the shapes, so I have a small and medium, and we're gonna make them the larger size that we have. And I will give you the measurements for how big are those circles. We have 8 of them in each of these decorations. And the only thing that you're gonna do, you can actually put them in your lampshades, on your table, or hanging out of a glass. You pick and you choose. It's just a little decoration and a little fun. So let me get what I did with this. So I cut all the circles, and they are the large one is 2 inches and 5/8. The medium one is 3 inches and 3/8, and the smallest one is 2 1/8 of an inch. And what I did is just to find out what halfway through the circles are, because it would bug me if they were a bit wonky and not quite right. So I score each of the circles, and let me show you how I did. I had quite a few of them, so all the measurements will be in my blog, so don't worry about that now. For the large one, halfway would be 1 inch, 1 1/4 inch plus 1/16. So that's why we're using this score as well here, the scoring on the trimmer. But I had quite a few to do, so I wanted to find a way to do it faster. So I used my ruler to go where I wanted to be the halfway point. And that was 1 1/4 plus 1/16. In centimeters were way easier because it was 3.4. But I will get the measurement. So this is halfway through my circle. What you need to do is just bring the circle to the edge, this edge here. So we make sure that now it's quite squared. So it is on the right spot for halfway. You close it down, press, and score. So if you do this every time, I can guarantee you that we're gonna have a circle, a halfway circle. See? Perfect in the middle. And when you're actually gluing them together is important, because then they're not gonna be wonky. They're actually gonna look all right in the right spot. Okay, let me just put it away. So remember, just get your ruler so you set a second angle. This is the first one that will help you, and this is the second one, and you just repeat this for every single circle and glue them. What I did for all of them is this. Then I fold and burnish all the score lines. Because what you want is half a circle. Okay. So I have 6, 7, and 8. It took me some time on the big shot, but it was having fun. I was using the 3 sides at the same time, so I was managing. I use old scraps of paper that I used during Christmas. So I had a lot of little bits, but I calculated that you would need about 2.5 sheets of A4 cardstock to make the 3 different sizes. The size is very little, the difference between them. If you want to decide to do all big, it will all work anyway. It still works. What you need to do, I used wet glue. So I used the tumble glue, but for the video purpose of not taking too long, I'm gonna use the fast fuse. I use the liquid glue to actually put them in place. It was much easier, to be honest with you, because it gives you some space to go wrong, to do something wrong. Because if you come and you stick them and it's not quite straight, with the fast fuse you won't be able to take it away. So what I did was just using one by one, and I did in groups of 4. Yes, so we can go back to the tassels afterwards and put the tassel in the place where we want them to be. But yes, it's possible to do, but if you have time, use the tumble glue. It's way less risky to get it wrong. I've seen all the things. There's so many cute things that are going on. You always find things about the Chinese New Year. But I find interesting that is the year of the rooster. And we have this cutest stump set. It's called Hey Cheeks. And I will bring some projects next week. So this is 4 of them. Yeah, I will bring you guys some projects with the Hey Cheek stump set as well. It's part of the celebration, so you can only get it for free, and you can actually get them every 45 pounds that you spend. You have 1 free product to choose from. And I thought it was absolutely lovely the way there's quite a few fun ones. There's all sorts of paper and tin for you to keep your cards inside. So there is a variety of products. Oh, I ran out of fast fuse. Let me just finish. I'm gonna have to go for the tumble glue because I don't want to just extend this video any longer than it needs to be. Let's glue like this. The only thing that I did when I was using the tumble glue is that I will need to get my jumbo paper clip and leave it for a little bit. But it's all right, because while this is drying, I am going to get our tassel together. We have this black baker's twine. It's not very thick, it's the medium one, because we have a thinner version and a thicker version. And so this black one is, and I use the measurements of 3 of my fingers as my reference for what I wanted to do. If you want to do it smaller, go for it. But the smaller you go, the harder it will be for you to actually get it all tight and to give the knots. So sometimes it's even better for you just to come and do it slightly bigger and then trim. Yeah, so I went around about 8 times, 7-8 times every time I did. And I'm using the gold metallic thread as my reference. Okay, so I'm going to ask to hold. I've seen it done in different ways, but I wanted just to show you guys the way that you can always just do with the trims. So let's just get these 2 bits. One is slightly longer because you're going to go a few times around, and the smaller one is for you just to use as your loop. Okay, so let's just get this. You can use the baker's twine for your top trim as well. This is all up to you. It actually would be easier for you to do this. Let me just get this here. The first thing that you need to do is to make a knot on this one. Can you see it? I think it's so thin. You might not be able to see it on the video. But I went through the loop, the one that wasn't through my fingers, and I've made a knot with this. Okay, that's why I'm saying you could easily use just the baker's twine as well, the black one in here. Yeah, that's what you want. And now you want to grab them together because we're making a tassel, and we wanted to go around here, so to create that area where it holds, and is a bit of a pom-pom underneath this area here. So let's do this. So that's why the longer bit of metallic thread is, and here we're just gonna go around. I know it's a bit of a funny thing to go, isn't it? But I wanted to have a hint of gold. That's why I went with the baker's twine for the tassel, but not for this lower part here. We don't have anything else, a metal, anything there, so we will just make our own tassel on this one. Okay, so I think we had it all, and now what I need is just to make a knot to finish off. If you leave a small bit to do this, you're gonna struggle. The first time I did, I was trying just to say, oh, I'm just gonna be very tidy and all, say, but not, because the thread is so thin. If you leave it small, it keeps escaping from your fingers. So you rather have a longer piece of thread than to leave everything as it is. So I'm gonna come here and just cut. And now the next thing that we do is, this is the part that we're gonna glue to our edge, and this is the bottom of your tassel. So what we want is to cut. Okay, so now you have your tassel. If you want to make it smaller, you can. If you want to open it up, you can also give a little bit more volume. Oh, I realized that I left one without cutting. Oops. So you can have your tassel. So this is your tassel ready for use. Again, you can, on the top bit, to create the loop, you can create as big or as small as you want. Let me just show you how I did it. I just grabbed a piece of baker's twine again. It is about 10 inches long, and what I want is just to make a knot. Yeah, so I allow some space so I could hang this from a different place. No, just for the to put it on a table. So this is it. I just made a little knot using it, and I will leave a small bit to go inside of our decoration. Okay, it looks like a small lantern, but there is no space for lighting. I will put some lights outside. Here we are. Now we allow time to glue, and I'm gonna ask you for a couple of seconds so I will show you how I change this. I often buy the fast fuse, but I actually buy a lot of the refills as well, because this base is very strong. It will last you for a long time, and it comes 20 meters of adhesive on the refill one, which I found is very good value for money. So now I'm gonna open here. I got a little bit of gooey things inside going on. Let me just show you how I do. So here we are, all done, all finished. And just sometimes glue gets around. What you need to do is just to slide this back into place. It can't be easier than that. Come on. And just close it up. All done and ready for using. So let me just make sure that I actually get some glue where I want the tassel and the holder to go. And then I will put everything else in place. Yeah, so this is one of the sides of the 4 that we glued before. And what I want to begin with, I don't need this big metal thread either. I just need a small amount, and I will get this together in place, close to the bottom part. And the top bit, I will do exactly the same. I want to keep the knot outside of the lantern. And here. Now I'm gonna add adhesive on this side, and definitely going with this fast fuse for the inside for this area. But again, go with the tumble glue, the wet glue, and just be patient and hold it in place. So let me just get this in place. So here we have we have a new lantern with our tassel. But I wanted to add a sentiment to it because I'm going to give it away. So I got this stamp set that I've seen used quite a lot, but I love the typography that was used on this one, and I love the celebrate that they have here. So we're gonna reheat and emboss with gold, and let me just grab my Versamark, and we're gonna get this in place in a second. It's just to give a hint of gold as well on the tassel, on the not the tassel, on the lantern decoration. Let me grab my buddy, embossing buddy. And my stamp. So I got celebrate. Yes, it's done. Let's get here. I did the measure. I actually just used the scissors to get this, but if you prefer to measure, just have a look, and I will give you the measurements in my blog. Such a small area. I just want to make sure that I have it all done. I have a little bit of this. I will clean it up. And here we are. I'm just gonna give me a couple of seconds because of the noise, and I will come back to you. Here we are. Now we have 3 celebrates, and what I did was just to grab this pair of scissors and just work around. If you feel more comfortable doing this on using the trimmer, go for it. It's just a matter of what you want to do. I'm just gonna use my snippets here to create the banner at the end of it. Just create a notch and then work towards the center from each corner to make the banner. So let me just grab all the things. What we need to do is just get this inside of here. So when you see them hanging, we will see the celebrate. I'm just gonna use the glue. I've already working on fast fuse, just gonna put a notch here. It's just a little bit on what is gonna touch the lantern inside, so we don't need a lot. Literally like ½ an inch worth of glue at the end. So let's get this all together. Got them in slightly different places, so when they're hanging, you can actually see the whole project. So now we have, it will take a little bit of time for you to create to cut all the circles that you need, but here we have all 3 of them. I will take some pictures so they look properly standing and hanging. I hope you enjoyed, and for the friends that watch us from all the way in China and the Far East, Happy New Year for you guys, and enjoy. Have a really great year that is starting. Enjoy all the celebrations with you guys, and I hope you have a lovely time with your family. Thank you for watching. All the details in my blog and all the measurements, and happy crafting. Bye.